Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. How's it going? It's been a long week in our neck of the world. Neck of the world? Try that again. It's been a long week in my neck of the woods. Just busy doing a lot of reading for the Amazing Readathon. And I also decided to sign up for two other ones, which is Boot Camp Readathon and the Camp Nightmare, which is actually very fun. But Camp Nightmare is definitely more like a bingo board. Hey, Sam, how's it going? So I'm using books that kind of work for both. So, hey, I was hoping that it would rain here because we've kind of had some weird weather, but I think we got rain last night because we lost power in the middle of the night, and we usually lose power when there's rain. But I don't know. I'd have to check the weather. How's everybody's readathon reading go? We just went to the next sprint. So the next one that we're on is the hey Aiden is well, hi Danielle, hi Sam, hi Aiden. But the next for those that are on a team, we are on the chilling cover. So I am starting today because we just moved to the new route today. I am starting Shiver by Allie Reynolds. Ironically, I was just looking I was just looking at this. This is a Once Upon a Book Club book, so you can see the little sticker here. It's from 2021. So I've had this for 4 years. And I wish I could say I'm surprised. I'm not, but I started it. I was like looking at it. I started it like at when I first got the box, and I think I got like 40 pages in and then walked away. I don't really know what happened, but now I'm like, I hope that it's not a bad book. Like, why did I? It's been 4 years. Why did I walk away from it? So I think Aiden, you have this one on your list too. What is everybody else working on today? I finished. Oh, so I finished My Friends by Frederick Backman yesterday. We talked a little bit about that. I think last week because I said I was going to start that one. And that book was so good. It got 5 stars from me. Sam says, it's okay. I'm still working on books I've had for 8+ years. Oh, I know there's books on here that are older than 8 years because they moved with me from the apartment to the house. There's like some, well, yeah, they're over here. Shiver is your leg 5 book 2. Yes, and you're 3/4 of the way done. It's good. Well, that's good. I don't know if maybe I just was like not in. I don't know. I don't know what it was. But I'm like, well, at least I have the book of the month box. So like I'm gonna get prizes as I read as long as the little things are still in here. I'm like, uh-oh. Let's see if there's any in here. Ooh, and it has an epilogue. Like it's points for another readathon. Oh, yep. So they're still in there 4 years later. Let's see. Danielle says, trying to get through Evelyn Hugo. It's getting better as I go, but it was a boring start. I see why it's a fave for a specific reason I won't mention because for me it was an early twist to the story. Okay. I've heard that too about Evelyn Hugo. That one's on my list, but it hasn't I don't know. It hasn't been like one that I've prioritized. In fact, I know I've got it. It's on my shelf somewhere. Sam says on leg 4 book, Lillian Boxfish takes a walk. So what leg are you doing? Are you going? Because I thought you weren't going in order. What prompt are you using that one for? It's okay. So far, she is indeed taking a walk. Sam. um, okay, Aiden. So you started that one. Danielle's reading Evelyn Hugo. Sam's reading Lillian Boxfish. Big City. Okay, so we haven't had Big City yet. So we did have like Over the Top for Pan Am, but we didn't have Big City. So and I like that we're at the wall from Game of Thrones, which meets this prompt. I'm really curious how she's gonna do like all that other stuff. Big City, she's 85, so maybe a bit of a lurch. So she takes a meander instead of a walk. Maple says hello, everybody. Say hi. Say hi. Put your head up. Yeah, I know. So I did finish. I did finish My Friends by Frederick Backman. I would highly recommend the book. It did make me cry. So if you need a book that's gonna make you cry, not in a bad way. It's just it deals with like a lot of humanity and relationships and how people are very important and how you need them. And it's written very well. I talked about that last week, how they have like funny quirks between the two of them. So, and I actually was able to use that for a sightseeing prompt. So I got like 300 points for my team with that. Yeah. Everybody says hi to you, Maple. Go say hi. Um, and then I started last night. Now, so I host a book club like just for local people that's called Trigger Warnings Book Club, and it is a very dark romance book club. I've talked about it before. And the book that won for our next meeting, which is in July, was Little Stranger. And I started it last night. It's a very quick read, but um I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I don't know how I feel about it, but I did stay up late reading it because I think it's like a train wreck. So to the point that I was like like reading it, but also going, ugh. So I don't think it's my type of smut, if you will. But I don't know. Guess we'll see. It's a quick read. I'll probably have it finished tomorrow because. Oh, before I forget, if anybody is around tomorrow and wants to hang out, I am gonna do because the face off weekend starts tomorrow. I did take a half day off of work. So I'm planning to stream for like 6 or 7 hours starting at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm just doing a readathon stream. So it's not going to be branded with anything, but I am tagging the readathons that I'm doing sprints for in like the description. So I don't want to take away from any of the other hosts for those sprints. But, oh, Maple, quit rubbing on that. That's the camera. Quit rubbing on it. Come here. She's literally rubbing on my camera. Come on, there you go. I have like a little stand that holds the camera. Such a weird cat. What did you guys read? Because we've had 2 sprints since then. What did you read before the sprint that you're working on? Say hi. You little psycho. You little psycho. Put your pizza up. Say hi. You're okay. You're okay. You're not trouble. She does not like to be held. Hmm? You're not trouble. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay. Well, you'll just get her tail. Sorry, guys. I don't know. She doesn't feel like being on camera. My hair feels very odd, but I think it's because I let it air dry, so my curls are not. They're doing the most. I can't remember more than a day ago. A book, Starlight, probably. Okay. To be honest, Sam, I'm kind of in the same boat because I feel like I keep starting books to do like for sightseeing, and then I don't finish them, so then I'm getting things kind of mixed up. Like I'm still reading um Legends and Lattes, and I'm enjoying the book, but I keep having to put it down to start the next sprint. So I'm hoping by the end of the month I'll get that one done, but we'll see. For those that are participating in the book exchange, if you didn't see it yet, the names were drawn, so you should know who your recipient is for the book. I believe everybody put together a little wish list, so you can buy from their wish list, or you can choose to not buy from the wish list and buy something that kind of meets their general wish list as a surprise. It's totally up to you. Um, for the person who had Sam as their recipient, do keep in mind that it does need to be mailed to Canada, so it needs a little bit more time. I don't know if they're on the stream, but I was gonna, kind of post a reminder for that we got to make sure that we're aware. Sam, it wasn't me, so I was hoping it would be me. Okay, Danielle says, yeah, so excited. Well, I think that's more like a yeah, so excited for the swap. Saw my person's name today. Aiden says, I started reading Love and Other Disasters last night after I found it, along with 7 others during a library high. So how many books have you gotten from the library? Because last I knew you had like 15. And there's no need to apologize, Sam. There's no need to apologize at all. As long as you guys aren't under a strike, a mail strike, right? Because if you're on a mail strike, we should probably know that. Also, did the fires, Sam, did they stay away from you? I know that you had said they were kind of blowing the other way. 15. So did you finish all 15 from the library, Aiden? I was going to say, because didn't you had like 15 from the library that you were trying to get done, and I think last week you had like 8 or 9 that you finished. So you got another 15 books. You finished your other pile. No, we've been 10 plus AQI. Okay. I haven't even checked the air quality here because it's been fine. I haven't gotten any alerts. And no strikes. Whoever has Aiden or whoever has Sam, there's no strike. You sure did. You have a problem. I cannot control myself around books. Have you seen my bookshelves? At least you're borrowing them. I just buy. I collect. Though I haven't bought any books. It's been a little bit. I do have to go. So Demi Winters, who wrote the Road of Bone series, just came out with a novella called Roots of Darkness, and it's all about one of the characters in the book. It's a really fantastic novella. So I went ahead and bought that because I really loved her first 2 books. So I got that, but I have to go pick it up. And then if you read the Lights Out by, I think it's Vanessa Evans. No, Vanessa Allen, I think it is. The second one came out this week. I sure did. I have a problem. Aiden smiled. Library doesn't count since it's free. Exactly. Yeah, I haven't borrowed a physical book from my library in a long time. I do a lot of audiobook and ebooks from them, but I don't do physical because I'll forget to take it back and then I will have all these fines. So, and they just did on my local library. Actually, it was closed for 2 weeks because they just recarpeted the whole interior of the library. So I haven't even been able to go in and because my card's going to expire, I got to renew it. So I got to do that. I probably won't get that until I get back from Florida though. So I just wish the Hoopla let you do more books a month. I think I get like 3 or 4. I'm like, I could listen to 3 books in like 3 days. But I get it. Sorry, I'm shutting like crazy. Okay. Danielle says, I read Geneva Rose's 2 books last and had a rare one where the sequel was better than the first. That's the Perfect Wedding or Perfect Marriage and then Perfect Divorce, right? Back to the blind book date. Are we going to change the date to 7/25? So I wanted to talk to everybody about that because I am not home the last weekend in July. I am going to Chicago for the weekend with my friend. So I wouldn't be able to do that day. But I debated just moving it to like a Monday or a Tuesday. I was going to just see if I could. I don't know if we can do polls in book clubs, but I was going to try to do a poll. Okay, Perfect Marriage and Perfect Divorce. That's on my list too. Though I actually heard the same thing, Danielle, that the first one was not as good as the second. Also, I saw that Amazon Prime is doing, I don't know if it's a movie or a show for We Were Liars. And I'm kind of excited about that because I really like that book. So I don't know when it comes out. And then for those that watch it, Ginny and Georgia came out last week. Yeah, I was gonna see if I could do a poll and just throw out some dates for everybody. Or we could potentially like I don't know. I was trying to figure it out. There is the poll option. Okay. So then maybe what we'll do is we'll see if we could do like because I get back from Chicago on Sunday. I'm taking the train, so I'll be back Sunday night. So I don't know what time I'll be home. But I was gonna say maybe that Monday, so that would be what? July like 20th, 21st. So I was gonna just for that week or the week after. Let me look at my calendar. Hold on. Yeah, because I'm gone July 24th to the 27th. So I was gonna see if the 21st, 22nd worked for people or the 28th, 29th worked for people. Weekdays are generally good. I mean, we've done impromptu sprints before, so I was gonna suggest it because I do think Allison should be there. But if she can't make it work or it doesn't work for somebody or it doesn't work for me, for example, I'm okay missing out and just, meeting with my person individually, um, who I got. What was I gonna tell you guys? There was one other thing I was gonna bring up. Oh, so we also talked last week a little bit. Yeah. Danielle says letting an unopened book sit and wait to be open is going to be one of the biggest self control struggles of my life. Okay, so here's the thing. I am not, because my person is in the United States, I'm not going to send my book until like a week and a half out so that they. Sorry, I just heard like gunshots or something. It might be a car backfiring because I do back up to a highway. Anyway, sorry. I don't know if you guys could hear that. It was very loud. But I'm debating just waiting to send mine until closer to the day so that it's not torturous for the person. And you all can do this however you want, but I will be including like little goodies with mine. I know Sam said, not she, they already bought something for their person. So I'm kind of hoping it's me because I've been really intrigued by it. But that being said, I'm going to wait to send mine until kind of closer to the date so it's not torturous. Plus, knowing me, I would buy the book today, wrap it up, and ship it tomorrow so that I don't forget. But I also don't want to, I don't want to be tortured either. But yeah, so it's going to be fun. And then I figure um, we had also talked about doing the picking a book and doing like everybody reading it and annotating it and doing all that stuff. I think that could be really fun too to plan. I think we said like later this year, like September, October timeframe, so that we have time to read the book that we receive in the mail. Um, I would make sure too, if you added any books to your wish list that you ended up getting between the time you did that, and the best form of torture yet is, if you added any books that maybe you picked up between creating and today, I would definitely update your list so that you don't get any duplicates. So I'm excited to do it. I think this could be a fun annual, like we could do like a Christmas in July type book exchange. I was kind of thinking maybe doing that. Yes. Oh, yep. So we were talking. Oh, Danielle, I don't think you were there. We had talked about everybody kind of buying their favorite book, reading through it, annotating the book, and then we would all mail it to the next person. So like I would mail it to you, you would mail yours to Aiden would go to Sam, etc., etc., etc. And then at the end of it, we will have read like 5 books, but all annotated the book. I think that's a really fun idea. So I think we're gonna try to coordinate that, but not till later in the year. Especially not right now because we're all doing the readathon. So, okay. In the effort to keep us somewhat on time today, also, I see someone else joined. Hi, thank you for joining in. You do not have to speak, but if you want to share what you're reading, we'd all love to hear it. But in the sake of keeping us somewhat on time, because I'll talk forever, I'm going to go ahead and start our first sprint. I am going to be kind of in and out. Multiple ones? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So the way it would work is you would pick the book and then ultimately you would get your book back. But we also talked about just sending Sam like so ultimately say they all got to me and then I could just mail them all to Sam and then Sam could just mail them back to me and I could send them out. But we'll figure out the details. We'll make it work. It's not a problem. But anyway, so in the effort to keep us on track, I'm going to go ahead and get our sprints going. We are doing the normal 45 and 15. If you need to leave, just let us know that you're going. I appreciate you taking the time. And please, please, please don't forget to drink your water, stretch your body, and take care of your mind and your body. And I will see you in 45 minutes.
added.
Okay. How did everybody's first sprint go? I managed to read like 25 pages of my book. I probably could have got farther, but my husband and I were chit-chatting for a minute. Oh, don't forget to drink your water. We also had someone join. Camilla joined while we were sprinting. Hi, Camilla. Thanks for joining. How's everybody's sprint? What's the tea? Also, my hair is driving me nuts today. Hey, Sarah. Thanks for joining. How's it going? Aiden, I definitely remember what happened. So even though I started it 4 years ago, I remember what I read before, which is funny. It's a quick read, though. I mean, 25 pages is not too bad. Um, what are you reading, Sarah, since you joined? And is it still raining, Danielle? Okay, Danielle says, got a few chapters in. The book is much better now that you're halfway. I've heard that about that book, that it's kind of slow, but then you kind of start learning a lot of different things about Evelyn Hugo. So, mine was good, enjoying Shiver, but it's getting to be dusk and the book is sufficiently creepy. Oh, that's not good. I just joined but was eating dinner. I have a study in drowning to read. Okay. A study in drowning. Who wrote that one? Yeah, I just play rain here. It does look like, I was looking at it, it's a little windy outside. So I'm wondering if we're gonna get a little bit of rain. In fact, I should check the calendar. Or not the calendar, jeez. I'm always checking my calendar. No, we're not gonna get any rain. It's actually gonna be like my ideal temperature, which is like low 60s Fahrenheit. So, I love it. We're not gonna get rain till Saturday, it looks like. Ava Reed, one of my teenagers told me that I have to read it. Okay. Study in drowning. Let me look that one up so I can show everybody. What did you read for the last sprint, Sarah? And Camilla, are you participating in the readathon? I think you are. What did you read for the last one? It's good so far. I'm trying to look up Goodreads. The name sounds so familiar. The book is really pretty. Okay. In case anybody wants to see it. There's the cover. Is it one of those ones that has like the pretty sides to it? Like the pages are painted? Sam was sorting out Ghost Child, so only got a few pages. There's a break in the walking. Oh, well, that's good. So they didn't walk very far, it sounds like. I love a good pretty book, let me tell you. Like this one. She's pretty. All the way around. If anybody's read this, let me know. I haven't read it yet. It's on my list. Probably will be a next month read. Also, I thought you guys would appreciate this. So I started working on that blanket last week when we were meeting, and I've made some progress on it. But I'm so annoyed. Let me show you this. So it's like a rainbow yarn, right? And it looks kind of like this on the inside. And remember, I was like, there's not much green. I literally only got, I don't even know if you can tell. There's like one little bit of green there, one little bit of green here down this side, and then that's it. Like, that's it. So I don't even know. Last sprint, I finished Wayward, which was so sad, but a just ending. I've heard that about Wayward. But yeah, so like I made progress on it, but it's supposed to be rainbow, but like, where's the green? There's like none. If I bring it closer, maybe. Yeah, see that? It's just like a tiny, tiny bit of green. And it doesn't even go all the way around one full time. I'm so irritated. But I'm like, well, I'm just going to keep going because this is a yarn that I've had for years at this point. And I, if I get it done before the end of the month, I'm going to give it to my friend for pride because it's rainbow. But, excuse me. Sorry. Choking on my own spit. Also, I'm kind of worried that the book is creepy, Aiden. That ain't no rainbow pretty still, though. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's Roy Biv. Roy doesn't get a middle initial, apparently. It's just Roy Biv instead of Roy G. Biv. Well, and like, I would have just gone in and added more green to it, but this is like a thinner or lighter weight yarn than what I have. So I can't even go in and add more to it. But I'm like, there's so much purple, so much green, and then, or so much green, so much blue. And then there's 2 different shades of yellow. So like I'm on the light yellow now, and then there's pink, and then I don't know why there's blue there. I don't know. Roy Biv. Yeah. It's not Roy G. Biv. If I give it to my friend, I'll make sure to tell her that she gets a Roy Biv blanket, not a Roy G. Biv blanket. I just wanted to use the yarn, and I saw, like, I was trying to come up with like a pattern for a sweater or something different, and I just was like looking at it and I'm like, I don't like I like the colors, but I tend to, if you can't tell, go like bright, and this is a very like muted, more like baby color. Oh, and there's like the orange. There's not a lot of orange. I just noticed that. So what is it going to be? Roy. It's not even be Roy. It's going to be Rybiv. Rybiv. I don't know. It's nice though. It's a pretty thin Roy Wybiv. Yeah. But there's not a, because like I'm looking at it. Can you even see the orange? I mean, there's a little bit right there. But like, look at how much yellow there is. Let me move this over. Oh, there's a lot more orange than I thought. But like the green, it's like one of my favorite colors. It's like, I don't know. But we'll just say it's a Roy Biv blanket. Rye Biv. Yeah. Oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, it's a little orange, but like the green was even less than that. So I don't. And at this point, I've done enough in the yellow that I don't want to go back and rip it out. Because I would have to rip out probably 2 to 3 rows. Whoever made that had an agenda. Honestly, Sam, I think what happened, because they just make it in continuous length, right? Is because the green was in the middle. It was like tiny in the middle part. Because I'm working from the inside out. Because I wanted it to be so that the rainbow kind of went inward. And I don't know, I should have started and worked outside in because it would have been purple, blue. I don't even know. I don't know. But the green was, there wasn't a lot, but the green was in the middle, so I don't know. I'm just gonna finish it. This yarn doesn't fit anywhere. Like, it doesn't fit in any of my storage. It doesn't fit in any of my boxes. So it's just been sitting on the floor in my closet forever. And I'm like, when I bought it, I was like, oh, I'll come up with a cute thing for that. 3 years later, I still have it. So I was like, I'm just going to work on it. And I don't have any blankets or anything I'm making for anybody else right now. So I'm like, I'm going to be done. But yeah, the Anti-Green Coalition came from my yarn. Fact. I did go through my yarn the other day. I'm not quite done with it, but I went through my yarn. And the 2 most popular colors that I have are blue and green, which makes sense because I really love those colors. And for like years, it was like super popular for people to not find out what, whether their child would be a boy or girl. And everybody did green. So I did all these green baby blankets for like 6 years. So I have so much green yarn. It's stupid. So Sarah says I have a really pretty rainbow alpaca yarn, but I have decided it was too expensive to ever use. Yeah. Well, now that Joann's is gone, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, but I usually would wait till Joann's would have a sale or a coupon. The fancy sign behind you, are you talking about this? This thingy? The cat and its housekeeping staff reside here. Is that what you're asking about, Aiden? Yeah, it's going to be hot. I'm planning to just bring a bunch of dresses, Danielle, to Florida because I'm fat. It's going to be terrible. Yeah, so it's a pillow. So this was actually at my parents' house for years and years and years, and they bought it when they had a cat. Um, yeah, we can stream while I'm there. I was gonna say I don't know what your schedule looks like, and we'll text after this. I almost said offline like a corporate nerd. Um, but we should plan it because I don't know what your schedule is, and you have another friend staying too, so I don't want to interrupt that, and I don't want to take away from your shower weekend. So, but yeah, so this was in my parents' sunroom for years. They had a cat named Rocky, and he passed away about 5 years ago, and my parents decided not to get another cat. Just my mom's allergic. They really only had cats for me. But they were getting rid of the pillow, and I was like, well, I'll take it because it reminds me of Rocky. So, yes. I'm weeping in corporate nerd because it's true. I almost said, Sam, we can talk offline. I've been doing a lot of meetings at work. It's driving me nuts. I'm just glad to have a long weekend next weekend. So, we can do Thursday. Keep it Thursday. Oh, we could do that. I'm planning to bring my laptop anyway, because it's also a gaming laptop. So Justin is coming down with me, but he's gonna have to work on Friday. So whatever you want to do Friday, he's gonna be working. So I told him I wanted him to come with me. I don't want to fly by myself. I'm such a baby. But okay. So Aiden, you said you're gonna switch. What book are you switching to? I don't know if you said that. I can scroll up too. We kind of got distracted by the rainbow stuff. Oh, yeah, you didn't tell us. Speaking of streams, I missed what you said earlier about what time you're going to stream. So for those who are around, so the Amazing Readathon is doing their face-off weekend. It starts at noon Eastern time tomorrow. So I'm planning to stream at 1 o'clock, and I'm planning to go for like 6 or 7 hours. So tomorrow I'll probably do longer than 45-minute sprints. I'll probably do like an hour with 15-minute breaks, maybe even a little bit more than that. And I'm hoping to get some laundry done because your girl doesn't like laundry and I put it off till the last minute. So I'll be doing both. I don't know yet. I did say that I was switching probably an audiobook while I slice watermelon, but haven't decided which. Yes, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I took a half day off work tomorrow. I'm burning out at work really bad, so I keep taking like half days here or there to try and offset it. But I mean, it's just the reality. Unfortunately, they did do more layoffs this week too. So, I mean, Sam, if you're working remote and you want to just have us on in the background, you can do that too and just mute me. You don't have to participate. I do that sometimes too. If I don't feel like watching a stream but I want to support them, I usually will just mute them. If you mute it on the browser, they still get credit for the view. Okay, let me pause this timer. I just want to make sure we're not missing anything. Is there anything else anybody wants to talk about? Any books? I'm meeting from 3 to 4:30, but I'll join before for a bit and after. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm just planning. Basically, I'm just gonna run it, and I'm gonna be kind of in and out. I'll be here for the breaks, and then I'll do that. But I'm basically just gonna be, um, I'm basically just gonna be here, in the house because this is part of the house. So, but yeah, I'm hoping actually to work on our basement a little this weekend. But it is Father's Day weekend, so we'll see. But my plan for tomorrow, because it is Face Off weekend for the Amazing Readathon, she did give us like instructions for that. So I'm gonna start the stream off by kind of going through what my plan is and how I want to do that. I'm still trying to figure it all out. I feel stupid, but I'm sure it's just me because it usually is. But I'm going to try to pick books for that too. So I'm gonna read as much as I can tonight for Shiver, and but if it is really scary, Aiden, I might not. We'll see. And then I'll probably start. I'm hoping to use some of those little like before the coffee gets cold books, like my cat themed books for this weekend. Um, and if anybody, if you know of any readathons, I do know that Four Paws in a Book or Brie is doing one too. So make sure to support the people that run these readathons. They put a lot of work into it. I did want to let you know too. I talked to Dana Ella, who's doing that book club next month, and we're working on doing dates. So in July, there's probably going to be a couple weeks where I stream on a Wednesday and a Thursday, but I'll be streaming over on her channel. So I'll make sure to let you guys know when I get those dates lined up. She's working on it right now. So I'll let you know if you want to join those. If you are not already following her, please do. She's very, very friendly, very nice. And, she's got, I think, like 800 followers. So she's still a newer channel, but she's doing a lot. And she does romance book club, and then she does mystery thriller. So if you like either of those, definitely check her out. And I can post a link to her channel in the chat. But yeah, so I'm doing it's like a read along with her. So I'll be doing that next month. And then I'm actually going to be picking her brain because I kind of want to do something like that too, where I host like a monthly readathon and have like guests come on, or not, monthly, not readathon, monthly book club, and have guests come on to the show, and do that. And then actually, for those who weren't here last week, Sam and I have been playing around with putting together a readathon for October and December. We're kind of just getting some ideas put together. And then we're also trying to coordinate an unhinged readathon. So we're working on that. Yeah, bingo. They're going to be bingo. So I'm working on that with Sam. And I would love any ideas that you have for prompts or whatever, because the unhinged one is going to be ridiculous. So I'm hoping to host one of the two, either the October or December. I'm leaning more towards Halloween because I love Halloween personally, but we'll see. I've got some ideas floating out there, and Sam very graciously provided me a spreadsheet that they've used, and it's been really fun putting it together. I just have to make sure I actually have the time, because October is one of my busier months, because I'll be traveling at least one of the weekends, and then it's my anniversary too. So I try not to, do things on my anniversary. Sam, okay, I haven't looked at it since you said it, Sam. So Sam says yes to unhinged and bingo. Sam said trying. The card is almost full because I have questionable taste. We could do unhinged Halloween. I was trying to come up. So I'm doing the Camp Nightmare one right now, and she has like different prompts. Like for the bingo card, the goal is to get a blackout, and that's hosted by Dana. And she unhinged Halloween. We'll have to come up with something then, Sam. But she does it where some of the prompts are like not reading themed, because it is 25 prompts, or 24 if you count the free space. So I was like trying to add a few like non-bookish ones, which would be something like enjoy your favorite Halloween candy, do a Halloween related activity, and then share about it on social media or something. So I was trying to come up with some stuff like that, but I'll have to check out those cards maybe during our next sprint. But okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start the next sprint. We'll do another 40. I have a cat here. That's why I keep looking down. Come here. You want to say hi? Come on. Use that pea brain. You've got it. He doesn't want to come up. There he goes. Come here. Hey, say hi. Say hi. This is my big boy. This is Fry. He's not happy. Boy. Yeah. My old man. Aren't ya? Say hi, everybody. He's so unhappy with me. Can I have a kiss? Can I have a kiss? No. All right. He's like, no, I'm over it. That's Fry. So that's, I have Fry and Leela and then Maple. Card is quite full. I've also added horrible things to the spooky card. The thing is going to have to be split into spooky light and spooky hardcore. I love it. You know what we could do, Sam? We could do like a regular kind of just more fun. And then, yeah, like choose your own card. I think that would be really fun. Or what we could do is we could make it combined and then they could like choose A or B, and then based on what they pick, it's either unhinged or regular. We're gonna have to have like a meeting just to talk through all of this because I love this. And Danielle and I have been talking about doing this for a while. So maybe Danielle, if you got any ideas, Sam, if you could send the link to that to Danielle too. And the other thing that, well, actually, Danielle, I'm going to shoot you a text and then we can talk about in the next break what I'm going to text you about. But yes, planning meeting. Y'all are going to, now, I want to be giving credit to people for helping me if we do put any of this on my YouTube. So just be aware. If you give me any ideas or you provide any support or anything, credit will be going to you guys. I know not everybody wants to do social media or sprinting, but I do believe that if I have support, I should be giving credit where credit is due. So, but Danielle, I will be shooting you a text because I want to ask you a question, and then we can talk about that, the next thing. Okay, Aiden, maybe send it to you. So Danielle, you probably have it. All right, it is almost 9:30, so I'm going to go ahead and start our next sprint. Sent yesterday. Perfect. Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and start our next sprint. If you did not, please get up and stretch your body. Drink your water. Mine's right here. So I'm going to take a couple swigs. And then I'll see you guys in 45 minutes. Thanks. Okay, how did everybody's sprint go? I did not get any reading done. That's okay though. Sometimes you just gotta not read. Excuse me, that was a big yawn. I didn't realize how tired I was. Well, so I'll start talking, and then once everybody is back and wants to share, feel free to comment, and I'd love to interact with you guys. So what I was talking about in our last break is Danielle and I actually created an Instagram together, and it's going to be all about like books and reading and just buddy reads and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited about it. Um, it's called Two States, Same Page. If anybody wants to check it out. Let me see. It's literally brand new, so we're still trying to figure it all out. But it looks like this. Started writing a few minutes ago, wrote a little over 100 words so far. So are you writing like a novel, or are you doing like short stories? What are you working on? Sarah got a few chapters in. That's good. Oh, and you finished a book in the chapter. Reverse that. Finished a chapter in the book you're reading. For those that joined, I am reading, if you can't tell, Shiver by L.A. Reynolds. I got this book in 2021 as part of Once Upon a Book Club. Started reading it at that point, never finished it, but the current prompt for the Amazing Readathon is a book with a chilling cover. And I would say that this definitely meets that prompt. Well, if you're participating in that and you're on a team, that's the prompt. If you're doing your own thing, then you can do whatever prompt you want. Full length novel, you're at 35,000 words. The goal is between 85 to 95,000 words. Wow. So you're about a third of the way done. That's pretty good. So because I have no knowledge of writing books, is 85 to 95,000 words, is that like a 300-page novel? Give or take? I know obviously it's different, but. And what genre are you writing? Also, uh, yeah, that's really awesome. I was just thinking that. I was gonna say that's really awesome that you're writing a book. Um, so there is a author that I kind of met randomly a couple years ago. 300 pages. Okay, that's what I was guessing. Um, that I was like on a Twitch stream, just like chatting in there, talking about books, and they replied and said, "If you like a book, if you like romantasy, I've written a book. You should check it out." And so I checked it out, and then we messaged back and forth, and then they wrote a second one, and then they wrote a third one. So I'm on the ARC team, and I'm really excited for them because they got picked up by Barnes and Noble, and they're actually doing an author event, and Barnes and Noble is going to grab their book and like publish their book. And then they just announced today that they are doing an audiobook adaptation for her books. And I'm just like I'm saying they because they go by AL. But I'm just really excited for them to get picked up by Barnes and Noble and be doing like an author signing. I wish that they were local because I would go to that. But it's out in Washington State, so I won't be able to get out there to do it. If I had unlimited funds, I would go for the weekend, but I do not have unlimited funds. But I'm very, very excited, and I believe that they're going to let me do an early listen for the audiobook, which is really cool. So if you want to check them out, let me grab the book. If you like like romantasy, and it's I would put it to the level of spice that is in a Court of Silver Flames. So, but if you want to read that, it's Dark Awakening by A.L. Hampton. It's the Crown of the Seven Realms series. It's going to be, I believe it's 5 books total. She did write them all, and they're all on Kindle Unlimited, so you don't have to buy them. I just bought them because I want to support them. And it's signed, which is really cool. So, Sam, okay. Okay, so Katie says, I'm writing a no spice rom com suspense story, treasure hunting, a librarian, and secret agent, murder, romance, and kick your feet humor. That sounds incredible. Let me know if you need any ARC readers before you publish it, because that's awesome, or after you publish it, and I'll just buy it. Katie hated writing growing up, but love it now. It's kind of rom com I want to read, Danielle says. Sam's lagging, but she says, hi, that's so cool. Sarah says, that's so cool about the books you're reading and about the book is writing. Yeah. Thanks everyone for the encouragement. Yeah, definitely, Katie. If you want to keep us posted as we do these streams, I'd love to hear how it's going. I mean, you're a third of the way there. That's pretty good. And yeah, I was really excited for them. It's just funny, like how we met, like just by me being like, has anybody read these books? And them responding and being like, well, if you like this, then you'll like this. And they have 3 books out. They are kind of beefy. This is just the first one. The third one is even larger. So, like just for comparison, this is book 1 and this is book 3. Hers are thick. I call them Thickums McGee. But they're good books, and it's kind of fun because the first one is like vampires and werewolves. The second one is like fairies. The third one's like pirates. So it's like you get different fantasy elements through each one. And I believe the 4th one is coming out, I want to say in November, but I don't remember. I'd have to check. But yeah, it's the Crown of the Seven Realms series by A.L. Hampton. Katie says she'll keep everybody. Oh, Katie, I'm gonna use she, her until you tell me otherwise. Keep everyone updated. The plan is to finish it by your birthday at the end of July. Going to a writers' conference in September, and praying you'll be able to find an agent there. Yeah, that's really exciting. I prefer beefy books. I had to search my collection for quicker reads for the readathon. So for me, it kind of depends. Like sometimes, if it's a well-written beefy book, I don't mind. That, but sometimes I feel like with books, if they're long, sometimes I feel like they're just long to be long, and there could have been editing done. But I like tend to tap out around 500 pages. That's where I'm like, okay, it feels like it's biblical length. I'm not into it. But that's just because I don't like to focus on one thing for that long. That being said, I definitely recommend these. So maybe for the book exchange thing we're doing, maybe I'll use one of these. Think about it. Okay. Beefy books double as improvised weapons. Absolutely, they sure do. I got weapons all around me. I only like beefy books when they deserve to be beefy. A lot of times editors could have pared it down a bit. I agree 100%, Danielle. Now, one of the things that I will say is I feel like if you're doing a lot of world building, I understand why a book is super long. Like in these cases, so like they're basically going to 7 different realms, or like there's a different realm each book. So A.L. Hampton does have to do a lot of world building, but I will say it's not like J.R.R. Tolkien level of world building where it's like very detailed. They give you just enough to you can picture everything that's happening, but gives you creative freedom to what you think it would look like, which I really appreciate. Because like I want you to give me something, but I also don't want you to feel like I don't want to feel like you're minutely describing everything to me. So what I was gonna say too, Katie, I don't know if you know who Demi Winters is, if you've talked to If you've read her books, the Road of Bones series, but it's the Ashen series technically. But she is very responsive on like Instagram and stuff. And I think if you reached out to her and maybe asked her like for some recommendations as a new like newly newly writing person or newly published person or how I don't know what the right as an author, she might actually be able to give you some guidance. So she's usually pretty friendly. So it wouldn't hurt to, send a message out there, but like I tagged her in a post the other day and she replied to it within like an hour. So either her or her social media manager are very active on socials. And I think she likes to help other people. I don't know why my ear's so red. I think I've been picking at it. Let's see. My reads this year for pre-readathon were Babel and Mistborn. It's a lot. I had some breather books in between. Well, yeah, I remember you saying Mistborn was like super long. Sam has Babel and is going to need to psych themselves up for it. Yeah. Um, her name sounds familiar. Yeah. So well, okay. So another like shout out. If you haven't read The Road of Bones, it is a fantasy, but it's a fantastical realism type book, and there's not like a lot of smut in it. Oh, that's good, Katie. Katie has a ton of author friends. Perks of being a booktuber. Definitely check her out. I mean, it might not hurt. I don't know that she will be able to help, but it doesn't hurt. You know, the worst she can say is no. So, Babel's on my list. I don't think I own that one though. The only RF, I think that's RF Kwong. The only RF Kwong I've read was Yellowface, and we all know how I feel about that book. So, I've been a little wary to read their stuff. I don't know if it's a man or a woman, to be honest. But I do know that a lot of the books are very popular. Yeah, buddy read time, Aiden. Um, I mean, we could look at that after the readathon if you guys want to do that because it is on my list to read. I just Yellowface was such a bad experience for me. We'll just leave it at that. Okay, let's see. What time is it? 10:25. Okay, it's some of the best writing I've read in years. I loved it. Sarah says, I sent my manuscript to an author friend to check out this week. She's the first one to ever read my work. My family doesn't even get to read it yet. Buddy Reed, aka accountability partner. Sarah says I can have her copy. Or well, yeah, I'll borrow. I might have to do that, Sarah, actually. July 1st, let's do it. Okay, if someone else wants to coordinate a buddy read, since I did such a fantastic job for Frozen River, I would be totally down to do that. Especially because I'm actually a little bit ahead for some of my reads for July. So, okay. We have a minute and a half left in the break. So, make sure to drink your water. I did drink some. So, here's my water check-in. I've been slowly drinking it. My throat's been kind of dry. I think it's just the weather or something. We have a lot of cotton floating around here, too. It looks like it's snowing, which isn't surprising for Michigan. But still. I'm actually going to sit and read this sprint, so I'm hoping I can get about 30 pages done. It will be our last sprint of the night because it is 10:30 here. You nominate Sam. Sam, you've been nominated to do the buddy read. That's funny, Aiden. But, so I'm going to go ahead and get us going just a little bit early. And then this will be the last one of the night. For those that are new, I am sprinting tomorrow around 1 p.m. Well, at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be a longer sprint. That because of I'm trying to catch up on my readathons. I'm participating in 3 this month. And Sam says, great. I can help you, Sam, if you want. But so I'll be doing that tomorrow. And then I don't know what the rest of the weekend's going to look like. I'm trying to figure out my schedule because Justin wants to go to the movies. So we're going to try to go see How to Train Your Dragon one day this weekend. So it's either going to be tomorrow or Sunday morning. So I'm going to try to squeeze another one in this weekend, but I don't know yet. So I'll let you guys know if I post anything. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and migrate over. Please stretch your body, drink your water, take care of your mind and your body. and I'll see you in 45 minutes. Hello, hello. How did everybody's sprint go? Well, how did the last sprint of the night go for everybody? I made it to page 70 of my book. So, it's pretty good. It's all stuff I remember, so I'm trying to... I don't know how far I actually got in the book. 500 words written during that sprint. Wow, that's great. That's really good. How's everybody else? Back to walking. So it's a lot of walking in the book, Sam. That's good. The ideas kept flowing. That's always good when you get kind of in like a bit of a groove. Sometimes you got to take advantage of that. Read a lot, went from 50% to like 85%. That's really good, Danielle. It's getting better. You're liking it. You probably just want to finish it now. Yeah, I'm hoping I'll finish this tomorrow. This one's actually a pretty... I think it's going to be a quick read. Walking and ruminating. It's better than that makes it sound. Okay, I believe you. Trying to see where my first little prize is. Okay, it's a lot better and you want to see how it ends. Because this is a Owl Crate or Once Upon a Book Club, I should get a prize. But it doesn't... I think I have to read like 150 pages. That feels really long. Usually they're earlier. Huh. The funny thing is I don't even know exactly which box this one was. I still have all of my boxes. I probably have like 5 or 6 of them. Oh, no, I didn't put prizes in there. So this is actually a Once Upon a Book Club box that I got back in 2021. And the way that it works is, and I'm trying to find one so I can show you, is you get gifts that kind of go along with the story. And then once you read to that page, you get to open the gift. So I think this is the first one that I'm going to have, which is page 152. So I still have basically 90 or so pages to go before I can even get to the first quote unquote present. Sarah got a few chapters in, pretty quick read so far, and had to stop to send a quote to my bestie because it reminded me of her. That's awesome. Katie says, I've had to write some lines in Spanish since it's partly set in Puerto Rico and Costa Rica. I think it's weaving into the story well, though. That's good. Aiden wants to read Shiver, but she's scared. I love the book boxes. I used to get a few, and they are fun. Yeah, so I haven't done Once Upon a Book Club. It's been a while since I've done one. But I think the last one I did, Justin got me a one for Christmas, and I meant to read it last December and forgot. So I got to pull it out for this December. And then this one I just have had. I used to do it monthly, but I found like the gifts are really fun, and it's nice because they do tie very closely to the stories usually. But I also found that there were things that like I can't use or wouldn't need. So I ended up giving away a lot of the stuff or selling it. I do think did I put it in here? I did. 1 second. So I believe this came in one of them. Oh no, this was an Owl Crate one, but so this actually came in an Owl Crate that I got forever ago. And it's a scene from like the Harry Potter books, which is really cool. And I have 2 of these. I think they only made 3, but they these are worth like so much money now because they were so limited edition. But I I have the other one. It's up there though. Obviously, I put them by my Harry Potter books, but I ended up keeping like those types of things. But again, I don't even use them as mugs because I'd be terrified of them getting broken. So they just hang out in my library. But there was some things like there were some really cool stickers. Like for the Bridgerton one, I got like tea and I got like a fan. Like I got some stuff like that. But I actually haven't even finished those boxes either. So I have it kind of as like a thought in the back of my head to do a video about like finishing, like I talked about finishing all the series, like rereading series I never finished, or like going through my book club or my like Once Upon a Book Club boxes and finishing those and then opening stuff, recording it and sharing it. Um, just because it will motivate me to get them done because they've been taking up space in my house for years, but they're a lot of fun, and for the price it really was like it was great. It just hit this point where I was getting so far behind that I couldn't oh, excuse me, that I couldn't catch up. So I just stopped doing it. So that's why I do book of the month now, because you just get the book and a bookmark. So it's not so crazy. But so Aiden, okay, Aiden, I swear, did you pick something different? Did you tell us what you picked? I can't even remember. Also, Danielle, I'm surprised you're still up. It's late. You must not have work tomorrow. Or you have work later. But yeah, so I've been like trying to brainstorm some more video ideas, bouncing between books, Half Moon Investigations, Cover Story, and The Collective. Okay. Yeah, I've been like trying to come up with some more videos to do. Ironically, I asked ChatGPT for some ideas and it gave me some good ones. Um, but I'm trying to make sure that it's enjoyable content and it's actually something that I want to make. Because I don't want to just record a video to record a video. So yeah, that's nice. Well, that's really nice. You have tomorrow off because of the Face Off weekend starts tomorrow, so you can definitely read for that. So, yay! Join my stream if you're around. But yeah, so my goal I think for tomorrow, I'll probably be working on this one tomorrow, and then I also plan on participating in the Face Off stuff. So I will be starting whatever book meets the first prompt. If you're in the, it's going to be great. I have tomorrow wake up most mornings at 3:30. That's ridiculous. 3:30 is like, no, absolutely not. Let me see if I can share this. So they did post, for those that are doing the Amazing Readathon, she did post in I believe it's not the route information. It's in the announcement one. So she did post in the announcement one the Face Off weekend. First place gets 40 points, 30, 20, 10, etc. But you use like a die and you roll your die to read a book, and it's one book per prompt. So I will plan on displaying that picture on stream tomorrow and then rolling my die and like talking through all of that. Katie says I usually take an afternoon at the end of the month and plan out my videos for the next month. If I decide to add something, I can always change it. Yeah, so I sat down, Katie, and planned out stuff, but I ended up not really liking so I had planned for tomorrow, and I might still do it, to do like a tour of my bookshelf, but the reality is my bookshelf is not really finished. Like my library's still not done. So I was kind of like, I'm not really sure how I feel about it. And then I had planned for next week to I don't remember what I planned for next week, but I have like stuff planned through the end of July. It's more so just I'm not feeling passionate about that video, so I'm thinking that maybe it would be better to just pass on it and then just do the sprints instead for tomorrow. So, Danielle says I have to wake up 3 stars. I don't know how to work tomorrow. Got in there. Auto. Correct, I guess. Oh. The same situation my bookshelf is in, probably chaos. Mine was organized. So this side over here, there's 2 shelves here. They are organized. The corner one doesn't really have anything in it. And then I have 2 shelves on this side, which you can see this one's decently organized. But the one next to it is just covered in junk. Like I wonder if I could even. So see how it's kind of like that? So I would like to do a tour, but I'm not done with the space. There's things I want to finish in here. So I might just have to push it out. I have to wake up. I don't know how to word tomorrow. The word tomorrow got in there. Okay. Sam says, bro, so many prompts. The same situation, my bookshelf in. The word. It's overwhelming. I want to read for all the prompts. LOL, Danielle, all good. We know what you mean. My witchy bookshelf is organized, but my other ones are a mess. I need another bookshelf. That's my problem. Just wait until you're ready to film it. Yeah, that's kind of what I think I'm going to do, because I am going to be doing... I knew what you meant. I am going to just be doing a live stream tomorrow anyway, so that will cover my video for tomorrow. I don't usually stream on Fridays, so... and then I also have like a blog that I maintain. I have a Facebook sales group where I post deals for things that I find that I try to maintain, and I work a full-time job on top of all of that. So I'm just trying to invest my time appropriately while also, still having a social life. So it's just kind of, yeah. So next week, Danielle and I will have to figure it out because I'm going to be in Florida with her. So if we do a stream, it would be her and I together, streaming at probably her house. But that will be up in the air depending on my travel, if I have any issues getting down there or anything like that. So, but I fly in at like 1 p.m. I want to say. I don't know. I can't remember. I know I fly out at like 10. So we'll figure it out. I mean, my setup is fairly easy to take with me. So I'll probably just bring it. But... all right, y'all. It is 11:25. I am hitting my breaking point. I'm tired. Yeah, I am busy. I try to stay busy, but I firmly believe that you should never only have one form of income. Obviously, YouTube, I'm not making any money doing YouTube. I just like to do it. In the Facebook sales group, I don't make a lot of money, but it is fun. So I try to do things where there's the potential for income. You haven't been social in a while, but made a date with one of my old high school teachers to have coffee next week. That's awesome. Yeah. So one of the things that I do is a lot of book clubs in my area. So then that's my social time. But okay, I'm going to go ahead and go to bed. I am sleepy, but I will be on tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're in my zone, I'll see you at 1. If you're not in my zone, I'll see you at the applicable time in your area. Please always remember to drink your water, stretch your body, respect your body, respect your mind. And I look forward to seeing or talking to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye.